Hi, it's Delusion Dispeller. I finally found what I was looking for. Yay! Alright, so these are things that the kids in the 12 tribes get disciplined for. And i.e., or aka, I should say, beaten for. A baby or a toddler, if they get fussy about their diaper being changed. If they don't come when they're called as little kids. If they refuse to eat their food or throw their cup on the ground. If they have a temper tantrum. If they scream or make too much noise when they're spanked. Because, you know, you're not supposed to cry when you're getting hit with a stick that's dipped in resin to stiffen it and sting and cause welts on your body. Yeah, right. Not being still enough at the meetings. Ever wonder why when you visit the 12 tribes, the kids are just sitting there really still and really obedient? Well, they're beaten if they're not. Not being quiet enough at the meetings, repeatedly throwing things on the floor. These are all things normal kids do. But yeah, in the 12 tribes, you get beaten for it. And if you do what normal kids do. Not allowed to be a normal kid there. It's not allowed. Forbidden. Alright. Everything else, when they get older, everything I just mentioned, plus if they're not friendly enough to another adult member or guest, if they fail to answer yes Abba or yes Imma or Ima, however you say that, to acknowledge whatever was asked of them, if they get out of bed when they're supposed to be in bed, if they're talking or whispering with their brother or sisters when they're supposed to fall asleep, if they have a bad attitude even when they're being obedient. Even if they do what their parent tells them to do, if they're just like, whoa, I always get asked to do this. Bam, they get beaten. Talking back to an adult. Failing to listen to instructions. Not doing what they're told to do. Doing something they're expected to ask for. Let's see. Doing something they are expected to ask for? Oh, so you can't get yourself an apple out of the fridge. You got to ask your Ima for that. So if you're caught grabbing an apple because you're really hungry, beaten. Talking to another child without permission. Being foolish, which means if you find something funny to laugh at, yeah, you laugh and you get beaten. Okay, Mark, your kids are going to have a blast at this place, seriously. They're used to being free and being able to think for themselves, and they're going to go to this place and not be able to do any of that stuff, or get beaten if they do. Leaving the side of a parent or a caregiver, failing to be prompt, even when obedient. So they may obey the parent, but not be quick enough about it. Not answering when asked a question. Not looking at their parent in the eye when spoken to. Pushing another child or showing any kind of aggressive behavior. Now, okay, that warrants a spanking, a few swats on the butt, but not a beating. Reacting and saying, I hate you, etc. to another child. Provoking another child. Getting food or drinks without permission. Not finishing their food. Complaining. Being passively rebellious while the teachings explain as standing on the outside while sitting on the inside. The child obeys, but they're resentful or disagreeing about obeying. Breaking a plate or something else. Putting on other clothes than what the parent chose for you. Not being fast enough when you're writing or studying. Not paying attention to your teacher. Talking during the class. Wow. Welcome to childhood. This is all stuff normal children do. And these are things that children in the 12 tribes and babies are beaten for. Seriously. I honestly don't think they beat their babies, per se. But even swatting a 6-month-old infant on the butt with a stick, dipped to make it firm so that it stings and they scream because they believe the harder you hit them, the more you cleanse their soul and prepare them for eternity. Because after all, eternity is going to be of the little children, because Yeshua said, let the little children come to me. So, you know, we want to make sure that they are ready for the kingdom, so we beat them into it. Yeah, okay. So, now you see that it's not just me whistling, you know, whatever, murder or torture or abuse to the tune of, well, they spanked their kids. There's a lot more I'm losing my voice. There's a lot more than just spanking going on here, number one. Number two, it's for stupid stuff. It's for things that children do as children because they're children. That's what children are supposed to do. But these children are not allowed to develop in a normal way in this cult because they are being trained, and actually that is the word they use, trained, to be a certain way. So that when they're older, they will do the same thing with their children. That way everybody's going to get into the kingdom of God, or Yahweh as they call him, and nobody's going to be left behind, that kind of thing. Not to mention, they're told what to wear. They have social codes. They reject Christianity. They reject other religions. Some groups actually look at black people as slaves. They circumcise their male infants without any training to do so and no medical ability to do so. They have certain diet codes that they follow, certain things they're allowed to eat, certain things they're not allowed to eat, only certain people are allowed to eat. They have a very unhealthy diet, actually, to be honest with you. They eat olive oil instead of, like, other stuff, and olive oil instead of butter, millet for breakfast. Yeah, yuck. There's so much I could share with you. Honestly, I'm going to do that in another video. Stay tuned. I'll be back.